There are few people who might confess that hatred is always blind. Once the process of hating someone begins, it does not seem to have any end. It might begins against a particular group, but then it gradually expands to other groups, and there comes a time when it engulfs the entire society. Recently, Nigel Farage was holding a gathering somewhere where some Jewish activists protested against his politics of hatred. And apparently, the video shows that they were sort of trying to accuse him in a way to promote the ideas of hated figures like Mosley, saying that if their grandfathers were alive, uh, they would have been fighting against such an ideology. But surprisingly, some highly educated Jewish individuals do not seem to be realizing this. Konstantin Kisin is one of them, and apparently he bashes Muslim fundamentalists. He may be correct in bashing them because anyone who is trying to spread hatred in one way or another way should be condemned. But he selectively, uh, according to his critics, encourages those who want to spread hatred in society, and he also targets Islamist and Islamic fundamentalism, which may be fine to some extent because both Islamist and far right activists, they are responsible for divisive politics, which is pushing British society in a way towards a very dangerous direction. What Constantine and perhaps some other Jewish individual fail to understand that once this process has started, then it's very difficult to see to turn the clock back. This is very difficult. For instance, in Germany, initially it was the communist and trade unionist leaders who were targeted by the Nazis and Hitler. Later on, you see Roma people and other people, vulnerable, marginalized sections were also targeted. And finally, we have read that more than 6 million Jews were also targeted. In addition to that, other countries were also attacked by Hitler. The same could be said about fascist ideology of of Mussolini in Italy and Franco in Spain. What these Jewish individuals failed to see that when Tommy Robinson held last time a mammoth gathering in London, he claimed that more than 3 million people or around 3 million people attended that. But independent sources contradicted that, saying that it was more than 100,000. Even then, it is 100,000, it is still a big number. And there are indications that Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson, especially Nigel Farage, when it comes to electoral politics, he is dominating. When it comes to the fight of narrative, of course, Tommy Robinson is dominating. He has been using X, his account, social media platforms, spreading, according to his critics, hatred, targeting immigrants, especially Muslim. He ran a sustained campaign against the Holy Book of Muslim, the Holy Quran. But what Constantine failed to notice that when he held that mammoth gathering, there were many activists or individuals who might have liked Tommy Robinson or at least might have subscribed to his ideology of what critics call hate. They clearly said, we want 100% white UK, white British UK, right? So it means it doesn't have any capacity for immigrants like Constantine, whose parents came from Russia or from other parts of the world, or even his co host. The same was seen when another Jewish YouTubers interviewed the most racist person of the UK, and he openly said to the YouTuber, and the YouTuber apparently, if you look at his uh, interview and the way he conducted that interview, apparently it seems that he was happy over the prospects that far right activists are only targeting Muslim. So, but that the most racist person made it very clear that if he comes into power, then that particular Jewish YouTuber would also be kicked out of the country. It speaks about volume. It speaks volumes about this particular issue, about this particular phenomenon. It clearly conveys that this hatred is blind. Like some Jewish individuals, some Christian activists are also of the opinion that they are just targeting uh, Muslims. So there is no need to speak for them. They're just targeting immigrants, especially Muslim immigrants. So there is no need to talk about it. Some like Asians are also siding with Nigel Farage. They are also siding with Tommy Robinson. Like there is a Sikh guy who openly supports Tommy Robinson, ignoring the fact that some of uh, far right activists, or at least who might have been ideologically motivated by this rhetoric that is being peddled for some time now or for years now, they sexually assaulted a Sikh woman in Birmingham, and Sikh were also targeted. In the same way, there are some Hindu activists who also apparently, according to their critics, happy or at least just satisfied that they are not being targeted. It's rather the Muslim immigrants who are being targeted by these far right activists. Again, what they need to keep in their mind is the rhetoric, the anger, the fury that was seen during that London, uh, gathering of Tommy Robinson, where a number of individuals made it very clear that they want 100% white British. They want everyone to be deported. So this is what famously said that when they came for communists, I did not bother to do anything because I was not a communist. When they came to Jew, I did not do anything because I was not Jew, and finally everyone was engulfed in that fire of hatred. So this is a misunderstanding of people like Konstantin, who does target, Muslim immigrants, or who seems to be, at least according to his critic, targeting, criticizing Muslim immigrants, Islamists also. As far as Islamists are concerned, if they are spreading hatred, they should be dealt with in accordance with law. But throwing support in one way or another way to behind those who are spreading xenophobia or who are spreading hatred against immigrants might be very counterproductive. And Jewish YouTubers or influential individuals like Konstantin Kisin do not, unfortunately, seem to be realizing that. They need to realize this hatred of the far right is not directed against Muslim only. Muslim may be the first, their top priority, but one day it will come to haunt all those who allure themselves into believing that they will be safe from this raging wave of hatred that is engulfing part of the UK and Europe as well.